Well, look, Ollie, wonderful to have you in here, and we're going to put you straight to task and get your thoughts on a few things that are knocking about this morning. This one, Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp, he's been named the League Managers Association's Manager of the Year. That's voted for by the full members of the managers across all the divisions. If you've got full membership in the LMA, you get to vote, basically. He also won the Premier League Manager of the Year, public vote, and combined with those of a panel of football experts. So those are the people that get to decide that one. It's a 5-man shortlist, so that's kind of how it works. Is this one that surprised you at all? In fact, hold that thought, because I'll play what Jamie O'Hara thinks. Not that that will mean much to you, but this is what he had to say last night in Sports Bar.
You have managers like Thomas Frank, whose job was to keep Brentford up. He's finished 13th. Unbelievable season. Yeah. Eddie Howe, bottom of the league when he took over, or second from bottom, comes in 11th. Yeah. Overachieved. Liverpool's job with Jurgen Klopp every season is win the league. He hasn't done that.
There you go. That's what Jamie O'Hara had to say about it. What do you think? So he's talking specifically about the Premier League Manager of the Year and Jurgen Klopp winning that one, not the League Managers Association's Manager of the Year. They're two separate ones.
Yeah, this is the beautiful thing about football. All our opinions are right because we are allowed an opinion. So for me, you're asking me mine as an ex-manager. It's more than just the Premier League title, because they should have a separate medal for that. There you go. They probably have. There you go. You've won that, right? But it's all about what you've got, what monies you've got, how you're going to manage that, And what annoys me more than anything is a lot of people say about Pep, oh, he's got the best players in the world. They're still totally overrated players on massive amounts of money that he could have signed, and they'd have been so bad that he wouldn't have won anything with them. He still manages his brilliant players to get them into a group that are motivated and win. So he is a genius as well. So, what I'm talking about is Jamie's not wrong, but he's looking at it a different way, and his way makes it right for Jamie. I am saying, as an ex-manager, anybody who's at the top, anybody who's done this, some of these things are... Thomas Frank has more than excelled this year, right? Absolutely. Fantastic. Can he do it next year? Can he do it the year after? For me, if something happens this weekend, because the whole lot of it haven't finished yet, has it? Yeah. If Jurgen wins the Champions League and he's won those other two cups and he finished a very, very close second, could have actually caught Man City, then maybe he's been more consistent than Pep this season. So maybe he deserves that. But for me, the manager of the season would be Steve Cooper if he wins this playoff. Because when he took over Nottingham Forest, my mate Chris Hughton wasn't having a good time, and I know Chris is brilliant. So what this man has done with Nottingham Forest, who for years were struggling, they want to get somewhere, their expectation, and they haven't ever had any of that. He would be the man, but he hasn't done it yet, and the thing is, I understand where it's all coming from, but we really should pay the utmost respects to all of these managers, because right now they are a couple of weeks away from getting the sack, apart from the top two, I believe. Do you know what I mean? If you look at Everton, look at the season they've had. Rafa Benitez, was he a right take? Oh dear, look at that. And they just stayed up. It's all... So is Frank any good? We'll see if Frank's any good next year. If he'd have gone down, they might not have had him. So, ifs and buts and maybes. But doesn't it ever make for an exciting season? Let's be perfectly honest. What a last day that was. I have to
agree with you there. Like, when you read more about how this award is given, then the way Chris Wilder won it at Sheffield United by was it second in the Championship? I think he finished, and he won it. The way Steve Cooper's, like he says, where Forest were when he joined, and if he gets them promoted, but it's like they're in a rush to give out awards. Why not wait till all the games have been played?
Yeah, they've got to do something. They've got to obviously plan it, and I do a lot with the League Managers Association. They're really fantastic. Some of the things they do, I can explain later on.
Yeah.
Brilliant little tournaments, 8-a-side tournaments, and managers who haven't got jobs go up and take people who haven't met each other. It's brilliant. I've done 3 of them lately, so I'm not criticising that. It's always too early. Everything's too early for me. You know, when every game's finished, then you should celebrate how hard it is to be a manager, particularly these days. You know, and I do feel for the next generation, because nobody's got any patience.
Yep.
Ollie, if you were voting for the Premier League Manager of the Year, who would it be?
Well, I'd have to take 5 or 6 of them out for a meal and say, well done. Do you know what I mean? Because I understand how difficult it is. And you're right, Eddie Howe walking in to Newcastle with the expectation that those new owners gave that crowd, and they deserve it, let's face it. They go week in, week out. They really didn't get on with their previous owner, Mike Ashley, at all. So, you know, he's done a marvellous job, and now he's going to be judged, because people will be saying, oh, hang on a minute, he can buy the best players in the world. Well, if you can you get them all lined up in the same way, facing the same, wanting the same thing? Because some of the best players in the world actually play for Manchester United, and you wouldn't really want to pay to watch them play at the moment, would you? The way they are not valuing that shirt. So, you know, for me, by a mile, the best 2 are Klopp and Pep Guardiola at the moment, you know, and all the other chaps around them are so privileged to see and play against their team, and you can learn bits, but please don't try and be them, because it'd be boring.
Yeah.
You know, David Moyes this season, I thought he was excellent. If he'd have won
The Europa League.
he didn't quite do it, but what a marvellous season my old friend has had there.
Yeah.
You know? So whatever you're looking for, I hope you help get it for your club, because stop moaning, be a supporter, and keep supporting no matter what, because that's the beauty of football. You are part of a family.
Yeah.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.